Have you ever looked around your house and just felt defeated? Like, no matter how much you clean or pick up or donate, surfaces just continue to feel visually cluttered. Well, one of two things is happening here, and I want to help you define both scenarios so you can quickly identify what's actually happening in your space and make a game plan so you can feel confident the next time you come across visual clutter. But first, I know I'm not the only one who feels easily stimulated by clutter, and I want us to support each other. So if you feel triggered by visual clutter, will you make sure to like this video and drop a comment below, letting me know that you're here and we're in this together. Okay, so picture this. It's Saturday morning and you've just walked into your home after an errand run with the kids. The first thing you see is your kitchen island, and it is covered with stuff. In fact, you can't even find a spot to set down your bags from your Target run. So you take a quick glance and you notice this morning's breakfast bowls are still out, and the popcorn bowl from movie night last night didn't quite make it to the dishwasher. There's homework that's been graded that your kiddo threw on the island after school on Friday. There's the box of chocolates that your 5th grader is selling for his fundraiser, and countless other items that you have no clue where they came from or how they got there. Does this sound familiar? Well, if you're human, you might start feeling your blood pressure rise and your anxiety kicking in. Maybe you don't have a kitchen island, but this scenario with slightly different circumstances is feeling eerily familiar. And it's at this point that I would like you to take a deep breath, because one of two things is happening and you absolutely can fix it. And those two things are either expected mess or clutter. Now, let's differentiate the two so you can identify which one you need to tackle, or maybe it's both, and be well on your way to a calmer space. So first, let's talk expected mess. The reality is that if there are humans in your home, you should expect messes to occur on the daily. Think dishes left out after eating, piles of dirty clothes on the floor, clean clothes on the couch that need folded, or art supplies scattered on the floor after your little ones create something beautiful. Expected mess is a mess resulting from activities of daily living. On the other hand, maybe you're looking at clutter. These are items that are not serving you in this season of life. Think the McDonald's Happy Meal toy, or the books that your sister gave you to read with your kids, but you haven't cracked them open because you'd rather snuggle up and listen to an audiobook. Even trickier, maybe the clutter are items that are serving you in the season of life, but they don't have an assigned home. These can easily be identified because you are using them, but they float around the house from room to room because no one actually knows where they go. Here's the thing, our eyes tend to lump it all together. So whether it's expected mess or clutter, we just see visual mess and can start to feel triggered. So let's go back to our scenario. You walk into your home, you see a surface littered with items, and you feel frazzled. First, I want you to take a big deep breath. This isn't woo-woo, it's science. Deep breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, which in turn activates your parasympathetic nervous system and helps shift our body out of fight or flight mode. So go ahead and take that deep breath. Next, I want you to start compartmentalizing the items. Either they're expected mess or they're not. And as you do, identify what needs improved. Okay, so for example, the dishes were used for breakfast, but they don't need to stay there. So go ahead and get them into the dishwasher. And as you do this, remind yourself, this was expected mess. We have to eat, but it was a breakdown in our habits. Before you left for your errands, those could have been put away in the dishwasher. And it's okay that you didn't put them up. In fact, many times I've made the conscious decision to leave my home with the plan of coming back and dealing with the dishes later. But when you do this, you need to know you're going to come back home and have expected mess to deal with. So as you're scanning the surface, you're going to be throwing away any trash that you see and taking items that already have a home and rehoming those lost items that are out. This is steps 1 and 2 of my trim declutter method. Make sure to grab my free guide below. For instance, maybe your kids left the sunscreen out on the island on their way to their soccer practice. So as you're putting the sunscreen back in its home, you're thinking, this was an expected mess, but it was a breakdown in habits. And go ahead and just make a mental note that you might need to practice this habit with your kiddos. When they're done using the sunscreen, before they go to practice, they need to run it back and just get it to its home. So after you've cleaned up all the expected mess, I want you to take a basket, a bin, an empty Amazon box, it doesn't matter, anything will do. And I want you to use this as your homeless bin. Remember, at this point, you've already rehomed lost items, the items that had a designated home to begin with. So for anything else that's being actively used, it's not clutter, but it has been visual clutter because it's been floating around your house because it needs an assigned home. So next, I want you to take and scan the surface, and I want you to take any items that have recently been used. So if it's been used and is homeless, I want you to take it and put it in the bin. If you have the time, go ahead and walk around and assign each item a home. But if not, you can break it down. You can assign one item each day a home, or you can just take like 30 minutes on the weekend. Lastly, anything else that's out at this point is highly suspicious of clutter that needs decluttered. Something that's not serving you or your family in this season of life. If you have the time, go ahead and consider each item and whether or not you think you can discard it. For those items that you're just not sure about whether you need them, go ahead and place it in your safety stock bin. If you're new here and you want a few more thoughts to consider when you're decluttering, or you want to learn more about your safety stock bin, make sure to check out my link in my description below where I've put my free decluttering guide. I would love for you to download that if you think it'd be helpful. So ultimately, everything else that's left out either needs assigned a home because you intend to use it, or it needs to go. And this is how you can quickly differentiate between expected mess versus clutter. Now, remember, mess is and should be expected. The way we are proactive about it is to deal with the mess immediately upon finishing the activity. So after a meal, take your dishes straight to the dishwasher. After game time, make sure the game and all its pieces go back to its home. After you've tried on your third outfit for the day, make sure to hang up the clothes that you didn't choose. The main culprits of expected mess staying out over time is poor habits. So if you find expected mess from hours ago or days before, you know you need to start working on the habit of cleaning up when you're done with an activity of daily living. Now, if you found this helpful, make sure to click here for more tips and tricks for decluttering and organizing. Or if you're interested to see a real life session, you can click on this video. Until next time, bye.